One of the best ways to get people to read through your blog posts and your content more consistently and to spend more time on your website is to learn how to format those posts well. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is David. Today we're going to dive into the Ghost editor so I can show you how I format my blog posts and how you can use some of the techniques to make people, again, spend more time on your website and read through your content and ultimately take more action when they're reading too. Whether that means subscribing to your email list or clicking on a downloadable free thing you might have or anything else you're trying to accomplish with your blog. Good formatting is going to help you do that. So if I hop over to a new tab, I'm already logged into my Ghost account. I'm in the draft posts. If you look on the left hand side here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna show you kind of my process from beginning to end. So let's hop into this draft right here. You're gonna see I already have some content and a feature image chosen. And now if we scroll down, you're gonna see that there's already text and images and so on. So I'm gonna show you why I format the way I do and kind of where I start. So the first place I always start is organization. Now when I'm trying to organize my blog posts, I'm thinking in terms of what is the main purpose someone is coming here to do or to find or to learn. So with this particular post, I'm trying to present them 5 tools they might not know about and link to them so that they have a quick overview of what that tool is it right for them, and if they want to know more, there's a quick link that they can find. So to help me keep that organization in mind, one cool aspect I like to use within Ghost is called snippets. So if I bring up the bar just by hitting the backslash there, you're going to see all the different cards you can use to organize and input different content in the Ghost editor. If I scroll all the way down, you're going to see a snippet section. Now this allows you to basically copy a chunk of text from whatever post you've done in the past and then reuse that whenever you want to. So let me show you. If I click the snippet that says what, why, who tutorial, it's basically an outline of what I want to cover in every single one of those tools that I'm highlighting. And so snippets are an excellent way to organize your content without having to redo the same thing over again. So after my content is organized, the next piece I like to go through and do is make sure it's scannable. So scannable content means it's easy for a reader, namely a browser who's maybe looking on their mobile phone, to jump on your website, find what they're looking for, and then continue on to the next action or the next post you want them to read. Now, let me give you a little gold nugget here. If you can keep this in mind when you're organizing and constructing your articles, you're going to make your life so much easier, and then you're going to make everyone who comes to your website enjoy it a lot more. So the whole thesis of when you're constructing articles is that blog formatting is the practice of making the best ideas the most obvious. So if you keep that in mind, you find what those best ideas are, and you find a logical, beautiful way to make them very obvious and easy for the reader. That's basically the heart of what every article should give to the people visiting your site. So the ways we accomplish this are a few things. So for example, right here I have a header. If I highlight any text in the Ghost article, it's going to bring up this little bar that allows me to do a few things. First, I can bold, italicize, I can use a header 1 tag or a header 2 tag. You'll see how those differ when I show you a published post. I can turn this into a quote. So depending on the theme you choose, the quote boxes will look different. Some of them are just thrown to the side with a nice little colored bar. Some are enlarged with italicized text. Every theme is a little different, so it's fun to check out what yours is going to look like. I can add a link, or this last thing right there, I can turn this bit into a snippet. That's what that kind of folded paper icon is. So to make a post scannable, I'm going to use these elements in different ways throughout the entire text. So for example, I have a heading here to get started. I used my snippets to organize what my content is, and a reader can easily find what's happening because I start each paragraph with a bold explanation of what they're going to find, such as why it's useful. That's what this section is covering, and then afterward, who's it's for. So just getting right to the point and helping the readers find what they're looking for. Another element you're going to see used in most articles online, especially a lot of the top ranking ones, is a list format, and that's because they're easy to read and easy to consume. And even this one that I'm constructing is based around 5 different tools I want readers to read. So each main heading is preceded by a number. So that way they can look through and understand at any point what number they're currently at. So for example, number 4 here, I haven't started filling it out yet, but once I do, I'll change it to a header 1 text. I'll explain what it is. I'll use the snippets to organize the content there, and then I'll drop a link right below it. So in the Ghost editor, you have a few different options of how you want to display links in the text. So for example, you can just put the link just like this one is right here, lottefiles.com. You can also drop it in so that it becomes its own card. So let me make a little space, and I'm going to drop in a link here for the great state of Ohio. And you'll see it fills out a card, puts the title, a little bit of text, the URL, followed by an image that's taken from the website. This is a great way if you are trying to highlight a specific link other than just writing out the text. The fact that you can use the cards to do this in Ghost, I think, is a really cool element. And then of course you can always highlight text, use that link button right there, and then drop in the URL to make it a highlightable. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. And again, depending on the theme you choose and then the design elements that we covered in a previous video, the color of what these links look like will differ. Finally, the last bit I want to cover is inserting media into your text. So basically every reader now has the assumption that articles are going to present them with more than just words when they go visit. They want to see images of what's being explained or videos and so on, so that it's a whole multimedia experience. And those elements are also going to help people, again, stay on your website longer and ultimately hopefully take more action towards what you want your blog or so on to accomplish. If I go ahead and bring up the menu once again, you're going to see if we scroll down, you have a few different options. So again, if you want to add a YouTube video, Twitter, Unsplash, all these are going to show up natively within your content and look really great. They're going to be automatically resized and everything when your visitors are either looking at your website on mobile or desktop and so on. It's also worth mentioning that if you see something not included here, remember you can always use an HTML block right there, and that will let you embed pretty much anything from most sites. To wrap up, I just want to show you real quickly what a published post or article will look like once it's done. Again, this depends on your theme, but you can see my title is at the very top. Then as I scroll down, you're going to see various linked text as well as linked cards throughout. I'm going to use headers to break up and make the text scannable. I'm using bold and so on. One thing I didn't mention in here, but I'm going to link to directions in the description below, is how to use Markdown. So Markdown will let you do a whole bunch of really cool things such as strike through text or highlighted text and a few other really cool elements if you want to go ahead and add some more variety to what people are seeing. On the screen right here, I have a GIF that I took and embedded so that it's active whenever anyone visits this web page. As I scroll down, you're going to see a few more scannable elements and more text. And then as I drop down all the way to the bottom, you're going to see a call to action. So again, people can subscribe right at the bottom or go ahead and share the post. Now again, these action points are what we are trying to drive people towards. So the better experience they're having with your content, the more likely they're going to take the action you want them to take. If you want to learn more about how to format your blog articles and posts like a pro, there's a really cool guide I wrote up that's on the blog. You can go ahead and check that out. I'll link below. And again, this goes into most of what I covered here, plus a few additional points I think you're going to find helpful. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.